And now, live from London, this is BBC News. My name is James Hendricks, and this is The Talk. Today, we have a very special guest with us to talk about his party's progressive policy, which he's looking to push through during Thailand's next election in 2025. All the way from Bangkok, Thailand, here is Ukrit Jaatsethi on the same-sex marriage and his party, Progressive Party, or the PPP's policy. Good morning, James. I hope you can see me well. First of all, thank you to you and the BBC for having me on. It's a pleasure to be here, and to all the Thai viewers from back home, of the UK or anywhere for that matter. สวัสดีครับ My name is Ukrit Jaatsethi, and I'm here as a representative for my party, the Progressive Path Party, or the PPP นะครับ It's a pleasure having you with us this morning, Ukrit. I can't imagine it could have been easy to set all this up with the time difference. Well, thankfully, this is a topic that is worth losing a few hours of sleep for. Nahab. Right, yes, of course. So let's get straight into it then. You're here today to talk about the same-sex marriage policy that your party, and from what I understand, 4 other parties in Thailand are trying to push for. Is that correct? Yeah, yes, that's right, James. It's good to see that we're not the only party trying to legalize same-sex marriage, and that other groups of people are taking the initiative as well. Like they say, there's strength in numbers, but of course, that hasn't worked yet in Thailand. And that's why our party, the PPP, or the Progressive Path Party, decided to also try to bring about this change. Same-sex marriage, or marriage between LGBTQI persons, has still not been legalized in Thailand, which, to put it simply, is just a shame. So we believe that it is time for change, and the people are ready. Well, I think we can all agree that if there's anything that's hard to do, that is to change, let alone change a country's law or policy, especially in a subject that is as sensitive as this one. So talk to us about the LGBTQI landscape in Thailand, Ukrit. That's true, James. Well, firstly, I have no shame in admitting that our country is known for what people call ladyboys, the proper term, of course, being transgenders. Today, there are approximately 315,000 transgender people living in Thailand, and about 8% of the Thai population, which is equal to 5 million people, are in the LGBT demographic. Yet, these people, they cannot get married and cannot have the same rights as what people call a traditional marriage between a man and a woman. Okay, so you've said that 8% of the population is in the LGBTQI demographic. Assuming that they all want to legalize same-sex marriage, what about the other 92%? What are their opinions on legalizing same-sex marriage? Well, thank you for asking about this, James, because one of the main reasons that we are pushing for this policy change, apart from our own beliefs, is that it is the reflection of the country and our people's sentiment. Thai people have shown immense support for the LGBTQI community and the legalization of same-sex marriage. According to a 2022 poll by the National Institute of Development Administration, or the NIDA, 93% of Thais accepted LGBT friends or colleagues. 91% would accept an LGBT person as a family member, and 80% supported same-sex marriage. Now, I know, James, that that number is not 100%, but if that doesn't reflect the progressive thoughts that my fellow Thais have, I don't know what does. The people want change, and our party is here to play our part in bringing it about. So if I'm hearing correctly, the majority of people want change. They're clearly expressing their desire to see same-sex marriage legalized. So what is the main obstacle holding Thailand's policy on this matter back from changing? Well, this one might be a long one, James, so I hope you're ready. Well, most recently in 2021, Thailand's constitutional court ruled that section 1448 of the Civil and Commercial Code, which defines marriages as only between men and women, is constitutional. The ruling also said that LGBTQI individuals are a separate species from heterosexuals altogether. In the verdict, LGBTQI individuals are called a different species that are incapable of creating the delicate bond of human relationships, and that same-sex marriage defies the laws of nature and family because they cannot fulfill the true purpose of marriage, which, as the verdict suggests, is to have children and maintain the human race according to natural order. Well, James, if that came to you as a shock, as it did for our party and the majority of Thai people, the verdict also stated that it does not infringe on sections 25, 26, and 27 of the Constitution of the Kingdom of Thailand. To show you and to illustrate to you the irony of that verdict, I will read out the first part of section 27 of the Constitution of the Kingdom of Thailand for you. This is what it says. All persons are equal before the law and shall have rights and liberties and be protected equally under the law. Men and women shall enjoy equal rights. Unjust discrimination against a person on the grounds of difference in origin, race, language, and sex shall not be permitted. Well, you cannot tell me that me and the citizens of Thailand that the prohibition of same-sex marriage is constitutional under Section 27. Well, firstly, it is a clear case of not providing every citizen with equal rights, liberties, and protection under the law. Most importantly, however, and angering, is that denying two individuals the union of marriage purely on the basis of their sex or gender is probably the clearest form of unjust discrimination against a person on the grounds of difference in sex. Something which, as I've just read out to you, is clearly not permitted under Section 27 of the Constitution. Therefore, our party believes that it is definitely unconstitutional to deny people the same gender or any gender of that matter marriage. Well, I can't say that I'm the most knowledgeable when it comes to Thai law, but when you put it that way, I'm inclined to have the same sentiments as you have, and as you've said that the majority of Thai people do. So, Ukrit, what is the next step for you and legalizing same-sex marriage then? Talk us through your proposal for a change of policy. Well, it would be my pleasure, James. Honestly, our proposal is as simple as it comes. Our main goal is to tackle Section 1448 of the Civil and Commercial Code and incorporate the recognition of same-sex marriage in the same regard and status as a marriage between a man and a woman. Currently, Section 1448 of the Civil and Commercial Code, as I've said, states that a marriage can only take place when the man and woman have completed their 17th year of age. But the court may, in case of having appropriate reason, allow them to marry before attaining such age. Well, we have two routes or two options. The first one in our proposal is to amend Section 1448 so that it says a marriage can take place only when both individuals, regardless of their gender, have completed their 17th years of age, but the court may, in case of having appropriate reason, allow them to marry before attaining such age. Of course, this change would also come with ensuring that the persons in the same-sex marriage would have all the rights that the persons in a traditional married couple between a man and a woman, would have, including adoption rights and other property rights. As for the second option or the second route, it is for us to create and implement another provision after Section 1448, which would state that in case of marriage between two persons of the same sex or gender, the provisions of Section 1448 shall apply mutatis mutandis, which means equally or in the same manner. Again, this change would also have the application of the same rights and of same-sex marriage couples and traditional marriage couples. Well, sounds easy to follow and fairly straightforward, but do you really think that that is all it takes for Thailand to take this major step forward? Well, James, this is what me and our party believe in. To change the world, start with one step. However small, the first step is the hardest of all. Well, that's a fitting reply for a fitting representative of this policy change and, of course, of your party, the Progressive Path Party. With that, that's all for today's segment, The Talk. Thank you very much, Ukrit, for your time with us today on the BBC. And we wish you the best of luck during the upcoming elections in 2025. We hope that your proposal succeeds in representing the current generation of Thai people. Thank you so very much for having me on, James, and thank you for your kind words. To everyone watching, thank you for your time, and I hope that you place your faith in me and my party, the Progressive Path Party, to legalize same-sex marriage and bring Thailand to the progressive state that it deserves to be. Thank you, and Sawadee Krap. My name is James Hendricks, and you are listening to BBC. Thank you for your time.